Good afternoon, and welcome to my channel here on YouTube, Love and Guiding Light, where I bring you channel messages from spirit, ancestors, guides, with the use of divination tools, which are tarot, runes, charms. I use quite a few different divination tools. Um, Today is August 10th, and I am feeling led to just do a general pull for the collective to see where the energy is at. Anywho, I pray that you all are having a fabulous start to your day for Thursday. We are almost halfway through Thursday. And I am Keisha, the hostess with the mostest. I'm bringing you all some encouragement and some enlightenment in hopes that it will empower you on your spiritual journey. If you have been drawn to this channel, it is not by coincidence. There is no coincidences. Everything is basically ordained. Our steps are already been planned out for us. Whether you're a believer or not, we are here for a reason. We came here for a reason, and each one of us are making a contribution to the collective. All of us, our energy all comes together, and we are here to awaken one another, and this here earth is our schooling. So we gain a lot of lessons here. And those lessons are to help us evolve into our authentic person, the person in who God created us to be. I can go on and on and on the spiritual importance of this time. We are currently in the age of Aquarian. We not too long ago have left out of the Piscean age, and the Piscean age was living in illusions. A lot of us had been able to be manipulated, lied to. There was deceitfulness involved in a lot of relationships in the Piscean ages, and so forth. And we are currently in the Aquarian age, where we have the accessibility to technology. And having this accessibility to technology has really opened up a great deal to the masses, at least the ones that are on this journey, who are awakened and wanting to know the truth. The truth will set you free. So the Aquarian age allows for us to have the access to knowledge and wisdom, because we now have access to the internet. And then, not just to mention the internet, we have people all over the world. These cell phones have become very powerful tools, and the internet has become a powerful tool. It's kind of like a double-ended sword. For those that probably invented it, they probably were like, oh yeah, this is gonna bring in a lot of money, it's gonna generate a lot of money, and so forth. And that is true. However, it is also going to unveil a lot of deceit that has been fed to us over the course of our life, things we have all been indoctrinated into believing. And you can see that's very evident, especially with those that go over and do visits over in Egypt, where the pyramids and so forth are. And they're unveiling more and more finds in which, we, the masses, never had access to. So, there's going to be so many things that's going to be unveiled to us in regards to the lies and deceit and so forth, in which we all been indoctrinated into believing throughout our lifetime. Not just my lifetime or your lifetime, but as well as your parents' lifetime, their parents' lifetime, our ancestors, the history in which they've given us, their history. It's not actual our history, or the correct history. And if you are, you know, drawn to this channel and you believe that you are on a spiritual awakened journey, that means that perhaps you've had encounters with synchronized numbers, you know, showing up on your path, or you keep having different things show up on your path. Like, I have so many weird encounters with animals and birds and insects and so forth that, you know, when it first started happening, I was questioning what the world is going on, you know, like, Lord, what the world is going on? Like, this is weird, which is what I initially thought. But it was happening so much that I was like, oh, this is, yeah, definitely something is not right. I don't believe in coincidences. So I was like, let me see. So the numbers, I would play the numbers and thinking it was my grandmother, who has already passed on and whatnot. She was very lucky with lottery, you know, so she played the lottery on a daily basis. And so the numbers that were showing up on my path, I initially thought it was my grandmother speaking to me from the other side, telling me to play these numbers so I could hit the lottery. Well, let me just say, I played those numbers. I wasn't hitting the lottery. And I was just like, Grandma, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, but I don't like to gamble because I like to see where my money is physically going. And after, you know, a couple of weeks of that, I was just like, oh, I am not playing these numbers no more. So I stopped playing the numbers. And then something said, ding, 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 look into the numbers, look into the numbers. So I started looking up the numbers, and the numbers were bringing messages from ancestors, archangels, you know, angel guides, very powerful messages, to say the least, because during that time I was really going through a very traumatic time in my life. And I'm gonna say I kind of hit rock bottom, shall I say, because it was life altering, you know. Everything that I thought I had a strong foundation in had crumbled, and the rug was pulled from under my feet. And it was a very tough time for me. And that time, you know, what I've come to understand it as to being then was what they call the dark night of the soul. Okay, and you know, if you're familiar with that term, you can definitely know that it is like a pain to your soul, the death of your soul. Like, you're just like, oh my Lord, like, you just, it's really no way for me to really explain the pain and disappointment I was feeling in my heart from the brokenness, from, you know, the loss of certain situations in my life, friendships, whatnot. There's really no real way to give you a definite definition on how it was, only that it was excruciating pain, and it was unbearable. And, you know, some days I didn't even think I would literally make it through. Some days, you know, I would be crying and crying and crying and crying. And, you know, I was having to hide myself away from my son because I didn't want him to see me in such a way, so broken and whatnot, that I would, you know, just be off in my room, in the bathroom, you know, and I would spend a lot of time there just in a deep sadness. Anywho, that was called, what I've come to understand, the dark night of the soul, you know. And that is a part of what we go through when our soul is trying to evolve. And, you know, and sometimes we outgrow relationships, we outgrow situations, we're not on the same page, we don't have the same values, we don't have, you know, the same goals in mind. And you go through this type of awakening through a trauma. Really, this is what I'm understanding, is that the breakup that I encountered awakened me. It awakened my soul, because that is something I guess I needed to do. My soul needed to be awakened at that time, because I am here to make a contribution to the collective as a whole, and I needed to be awakened. And in order for that to happen, I went through something very traumatic that set me on this course that I am on now with my spirituality, you know, where I've gone within and really did a lot of inner work, shadow work, working on thyself, knowing thyself, and so forth. I highly recommend that if you are just beginning on this journey, or if you've been on it for a while, or if you haven't and you are, you know, wanting to know more about who you are, I suggest you do a natal chart on yourself. That will give you a lot of helpful information, because it really breaks down you as the individual, the person, to give you a better scope of you, your behaviors, why you behave in a certain way, the energies you carry within your being. Because, you know, your sun sign can be Gemini, which I'm a Gemini, so my sun sign is the Gemini, but I have other zodiacs within my natal chart. So my ascending sign is Aries, and my moon sign is Aries, and Aries is a fire sign, so I'm very passionate, very, you know, in your face kind of way, you know. And some people may take that as aggression. I don't think that I come off aggressively, but, you know, I can't say how others perceive me. For me, it's a passion. If I'm coming across really, you know, fiery, it's because I'm passionate about the subject. So, and my delivery may not be in a way in which they perceive it as being passionate. They may perceive it as being aggressive. So it's a lot of things that your natal chart can help you pinpoint, and how to maneuver through the energies, because that is the whole ideal, is to know thyself and to go inward and do the work needed and necessary to be your most authentic self, and to master control over yourself and your emotions. You know, not allowing your emotions to get carried away, and not allowing people to take you outside of your character. Okay, so I suggest you pull in a natal chart if you are new on this journey. And if you're not, and you've already pulled a natal chart, I pray that you are still studying that, because you are forever, ever, ever a student. Learning about yourself, and learning about this world that we are in, okay? We are all consciously connected. We are all here to awaken one another. And we are all used as catalysts to be able to do that. Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels, all those that are currently present with us today on this journey. What do the collective need to hear today? Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels, all those that are currently present on this spiritual awakening journey. What messages do the collective need to hear today on their journey? Show me. Okay, we got one that flipped. Judgment. Judgment. This is my soul journey cards. These shapes in these cards are meant to trigger a memory, something that will awaken whatever is dormant within your spirit. So there's geometrical shapes, so forth, that help us on this journey to recollect certain things. So take a good look at that. Judgment. And the card says, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenge. Spirit is saying that everyone on this earth, we all have our own unique path, our own challenges. You know, the thing is we have to be empathetic towards one another, more loving, more caring towards one another, because, you know, in order to be able to see things differently, you have to step back out of the situation, step back out of the situation and look at it from another perspective. Look at it from the perspective of a higher perspective, you know, as if you were changing the shoes on your feet into the person's shoes and whom you are perhaps having challenges with, you know, if those that perhaps you are judging. Step back and see it from their perspective. You know, everybody sees things differently. You know, I think with time, if you are sitting long enough and really, you know, reviewing yourself and your behaviors and are honest with yourself, you know, a lot of people don't want to be honest with yourself and take ownership perhaps for the roles in which they played in situations. However, me, myself, being that I am a Gemini, I have always been able to step back and really look at situations from every perspective. I look at it from the person's point of view and from mine. And I try to be respectful of their feelings as well and take in consideration their feelings as well. So God is saying that, you know that we all are here. This is a schooling. We are all here. We all have our own challenges. We all deal with things in different manners. Okay, maybe they're not always correct, which is why it's very important to be less actionary when things transpire. Don't be so quick to react to situations. You know, maybe sit for a moment when you gain information or news or whatever it may be that may trigger an emotion or a feeling from you. Don't immediately act or respond to that situation. Sit with it for a moment. You know, really reflect over it, whatever you need to do in order to get a higher perspective view on the situation. Perseverance. It says, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Know that you are capable of doing anything in which you set your mind to. You know, God never gives us anything more than we can bear or handle. And we are far more resilient and stronger than what we believe we are, you know. So know that perseverance is the key to anything. In order to be successful, you have to persevere. Got another one. Freedom. 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 It says, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Just know that we all have within us the free will. Free will. Free will means God gives us free will to choose what we will do. Choose as you may. You may choose the wrong, you know, thing. Don't mean that it's the wrong thing all to sort of say, because it's always a lesson that you gain from any choice that you make. So no choice is still a choice because there's no action. Making a choice is a choice, and you have to live with the consequences. However, you know, you could perhaps thought you took a wrong turn or went down the wrong path or whatnot. However, there's never a wrong path. There's never a wrong choice, because obviously it was something down the road that God felt you needed to take heed to, a lesson that was going to bring you further on your journey, something that you would gain from it. You know, yeah, perhaps you experience some pain or uncomfortableness in that situation, but you gain something. You never really truly walk away as a loser in any situation. You always gain something. You gain wisdom to know better the next time. Discernment You'll be more discerning when certain things come up. You know, a lot of times I think we were indoctrinated to believe in this whole, oh, give the person the benefit of the doubt, and oh, don't judge a book by its cover, and, you know, all these things, so to speak, that they would tell us coming up, you know. And let me be the first to say, bull crap, bull crap. If someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. And if you feel something within your soul and it feels off about a person or individual, whatever, you don't ignore that. You do not ignore that. That is your guidance from God. You know, that's what they say. You get this gut feeling. The gut feeling is your guidance and how God communicates with you. It's through your gut. So you never ignore that. That would be considered a red flag. Pay attention. Do not ignore. Do not continue to entertain situations when you know something is not right, okay? And we are our own creators. We create our own reality. You know, the mind is such a powerful thing. We're the creators of our own world. So you have to really be mindful of what you allow yourself to think, what you allow yourself to focus on. You have to focus on being more optimistic instead of pessimistic, because let me tell you, optimistic individuals think more in a positive manner, and they are able to manifest those things into their life. Those things is what they want. The things in which they focus upon are the things that they want to manifest into their life. So when they're focusing upon the positive of those things, that is what indeed that they manifest into their life. If you're focusing on negative things, lack, or whatnot, then that is what you will, you know, manifest into your life. If you're worrying about this or worrying about that, and you're constantly, you know, thinking in a negative mindset, you will manifest exactly what you don't want to manifest into your life, because that's what you're putting your energy in. That's what you're focusing on. We are energy people. We are energy, and our energy and so forth is what goes out into the universe. And that is how the universe, you know, knows what it is that it's to give back to us. It's like a cycle. Like we put the energy out, and the universe brings it back to us. So if you put out bad, negative energy, you're going to get that negative energy back to you. But if you put out good, positive energy, that's what you're going to bring into you, you know. So please be mindful of what you're thinking. Don't allow your mind to control you. You are the master of this temple, and you have the power to control your thoughts and your mind. And you can quickly shift what you're thinking if you find yourself getting sucked into negative thoughts. Then you can, you know, choose to shift your thoughts. You can use tools to be able to do that. You might want to do affirmations. You can go onto YouTube to be able to pull up affirmations, to be able to speak this to yourself in order to change the thought patterns. You can do frequencies. You can listen to uplifting frequencies. There are certain frequencies that are very beneficial to us as humans that will elevate our energy. Okay, you could read spiritual books. You know, knowledge is powerful. You know, you just want to shift your thoughts from whatever it is that you were thinking. You don't want to focus upon negative thoughts. Okay? Let's see. These here are my soul's lessons. Soul's lessons. Holy Spirit. Uh-oh, they're upside down. I don't do upside down. Wait a minute. Okay, that's one was upside down. Holy Spirit. Ancestors. Archangels. Gods, goddesses. All those that are currently present us today on this journey? What messages do you have today for the collective on this journey? Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels, spirit guides, all those that are currently present. What messages do you have for us today on this journey? Uh-oh, wait a minute. Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels. What are the messages you have for us today? Show me. Oh, that's too many, Spirit, too many. Okay, I'm going to go with that first one because it was the first one that flew. Too many. Just going to redo that. We're going to redo that. It's just too many. Holy Spirit. Ancestors. What's the messages? There we go. Don't push the envelope. Don't push the envelope. Okay, if you're in a situation and you are uncertain of the situation, again, step back. Step back from the situation and get a different perspective on it. You know, perhaps you can gain better understanding by sitting with it for a moment before responding, reacting on any challenges or passing judgment. Because again, we are all here and we all deal with things differently, and we all have our own way of addressing situations. You know, and maybe, you know, in the past you've realized, you know, that you've overreacted to situations, and now because you're on this journey, you're finding yourself actually trying to be and behave and to look at things differently versus just responding and acting immediately to any situation. You never allow anyone to take you out of your character or allow anyone to get a rise out of you. You are the master of yourself, and you have the power to contain yourself from behaving outside of who you are to be, who God created you to be, which is a loving, compassionate, empathetic person. And we have to have that for one another, because this here journey is definitely not a cakewalk, okay? It's not for the meek or the weak or the faint at heart. So do not push the envelope. That's what Spirit is saying. And that is number, what number is that? 18, which is a number 9. So perhaps you are coming to the end of this journey with situations, whatever it could be. It could be job, it could be person, it could be, you know, a project. It could be coming to an end. Number 9 is coming to an end, you know. Holy Spirit, okay. The creative, no. The creative, no. Not sure. Creative, no. And number 15. And then we had the live life to the fullest. Live life to the fullest. So Spirit is saying that, you know, the creative, no. You know, if it's something that doesn't set right with you, in your spirit, your soul, in your being, you have the right to choose. No one can make you do anything that, you know, you don't want to do. The choice is yours. That's why we have free will. You choose how to respond, how to react, how to move forward. You know, if things aren't how you envisioned them to be, that's okay. Everything is not how it appears with the naked eye, you know, and some things have to fall apart in order to fall into place. It don't mean that you don't love a person or you don't have, you know, love for a person. It just means that, you know, you all perhaps have to go different ways. There's lessons for all of us to learn, and sometimes falling apart allows you to fall into what it is that you were destined to be here for. Okay, don't look at it as a bad thing. You know, release, let it go in love and light, and keep it moving. Don't put your life on hold. Don't sit around contemplating, waiting on any situation to return. What is meant for you will be there for you. It will return if it is meant. If it's not, then it was never meant, and it's okay. Life continues to go on. Okay, and then Spirit is saying, live your life to the fullest. Do not sit around, you know, wallowing and, you know, contemplating or feeling guilty or crying over spilled milk. There's nothing really that you can do to change the past. All you can do is learn from whatever it is that transpired and take that wisdom and move forward, and try not to make those same repeated mistakes. Okay, but live your life to the fullest. Embrace life. We don't know if we will wake up to see another day, and that is why it's so important to choose to live and be happy in the present, to live in the present, because no one's promised tomorrow. Again, live your life to the fullest, and do not put off today what you do not put off what you could do today for tomorrow, because tomorrow is not promised. Okay, you have to live and be happy, and just know that no action or no decision is definitely a decision. So no action, no making no decision. You're wallowing around, you're contemplating how to do this and how to do that. It's really still a decision, because you're choosing not to do anything. You have to really work past your fear. Do not allow anything to hold you back. Okay, nothing to hold you back. You have to continue to move and forge forward. Let's see what God wants us to surrender to. Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels, all those that are present with us in this journey. What should we, the collective, be surrendering to? Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels, spirit guides, what should we be surrendering to? Show me. Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels, what should we be surrendering to? Uh-oh. Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels, what should we be surrendering to? There we go. It says, surrender to your intuition. I cannot make this up. Your intuition is your connection to God. That's direct connection to God, giving you intuitive directions on how to move forward, how to, you know, take the guidance, okay? It says, tune into your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feeling, flashes, knowing, or aha moments that come through to guide you. And trust that. That aha gut feeling is God's communicating with you. Okay? God is communicating with you. Follow that. Don't ignore it. Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels, spirit guides, what messages do you have today for the collective on this journey? Show me. Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels, what messages you have today for the collective on this journey? Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels, what messages for today on this journey? Show me. Oh, oopsie. That's way too many, Lord. Way too many. Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels, what's the message messages today on this journey for the collective. Okay. Holy Spirit, there we go. We got 2. We got 555. I am optimistic. I told you, stay optimistic about everything. Everything. Life is forever changing. Be optimistic. Even if it looks scary, just be optimistic about the change. A major shift is about to come into your life experience and change your path's direction. Be open and stay positive. 28, I am a leader. 28, I am a leader. In an effort to accomplish great things, you recognize the value of working with others. You make a capable and compassionate leader who can bring hope to people together and drive a team toward achievement. I am a leader. Oh, there we go again. And 26. 26. I am tactful. You have a desire to succeed and will feel most accomplished when you are benefiting others. Your intuitive awareness of what people want allows you to come up with innovative solutions to meet their needs. So those are the angel numbers. We got 555, being optimistic. 28, you're a leader. You have the skills to lead others, and you are tactful. You are tactful in how you deliver things, and it allows you to be innovative in how you bring up solutions for situations. I have a lot of people that come to me for a shoulder, an ear, and I've always counted it as a blessing, to be gifted for those to feel so comfortable to come and share their life situations and circumstances with me. And I never take it for granted. I feel very blessed that people feel so comfortable that they want to speak to me. So anywho, that is the messages that Spirit has for us today on this spiritual journey. I pray that this message brings you encouragement, empowerment, and upliftment on this journey, and that you stay the course and know that you are indeed on the right path. You are right where you need to be, and you're right on time, and everything in our situations ultimately always will work out for our good, for our involvement, for our elevation to becoming our most authentic self. I hope that you all will subscribe if you feel so led to do so, and if you feel led to do so, share the video, and if you like, you can leave a comment. Maybe we connect, whatever, if you like. I think my email is in my community page as well. So if you'd like to send me an email, please do so. Anywho, I'm looking for my soul tribe. I'm praying that through these means of me bringing these messages to you all, that I'll be able to connect with some of you all, and we will be able to form family. Family is not always blood, like blood, immediate family. Family is who you choose and who chooses you, who loves and embraces you authentically for who you are and loves you unconditionally. Okay, so if you feel led to do so, please subscribe. And again, like I said, if you would like to chat or anything like that, you can leave a message or comment below the video, and you can email me. And maybe, like I said, we can all connect and, become a soul tribe. Anywho, smooches. Until next time, I'm out.